Everyone, Rebecca here. I wanted to go ahead and do a quick training video explaining our main inventory screen that we're going to be viewing. So if you look at this current screen that I'm on, what you'll see is the main screen that we're going to see upon initially logging into our account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my View Inventory button, and this is going to bring me to our main inventory screen. This is a good summary of everything that's going on within your inventory. And so what we're going to do in this training video is we're going to break down each category step by step. So the first column that you'll see here is our site column. Each site is going to have a specific inventory. The inventory that you're going to be viewing is going to be site specific. So for the purposes of this example, I am under a training user, so my site reflects training. Coming over to my next column is my expire column. And as you can see here in my BD Vacutainer CPT tubes, I have a red triangle. This red triangle indicates that this particular inventory item is either within 30 days of expiring or has already expired. So again, the red triangle is a big alert, kind of letting you know that this particular inventory item is going to expire within 30 days or has already expired. Moving on, if I move over to my next column, my reorder alert, you'll see here I have a yellow circle, as well as if we come down a little bit farther, a red circle. My yellow circle indicates that the stock is low, so I'm running low on my filter tips, but being that it's yellow, this shows me that a purchase request has already been submitted, so I've already placed an order to request more supply. My red circle farther down for my microscope slide boxes indicates that the stock inventory is low, but no purchase request has been submitted. So definitely keeping an eye on these two. This will be a really good indicator to let you know if a purchase request does need to be submitted or not. Keep in mind that we are asking that only one purchase request be submitted for an inventory item at a time. So again, the yellow one shows you, yes, a purchase request has been submitted, and the red one indicates that no, it has not been submitted. So moving on to my next column, I have my product name. This is just exactly what it says. This is my product name. Moving on over here for my next column, purchased from. So you're only going to see two different options for this. Purchased from is either going to be through InLap or it's going to be locally purchased. And that's going to be indicated here. So you can see for training purposes, our Kim wipes for my training site is purchased locally, whereas most products in here are purchased through the InLap site team. Moving over to my vendor category, this is going to be an indication of which vendor you'd go through to get the order from. Fisher, VWR, these are just a few examples of the scientific vendors through which we purchase products from. Catalog number, this is all the catalog numbers are up to date as far as these particular items. So catalog number is a good reference number for which particular item we'd be purchasing. Moving on to units, this breaks down how the product is being ordered, packaged, etc. And you can see varying examples. So my Vacutainers are being sent in a case of 60. There's 60 CPT containers per case. Pack, for example, there's 200 biohazard bags per pack. So that's kind of how this is broken down. How the vendor is packaging these for shipment. Quantity per unit, again, these two kind of go hand in hand. 60 per case, 200 bags per pack. Current stock, so this is a good indication of how many items are currently in stock. So if you look here, my filter tips, I have none in stock or in inventory currently. My BD CPT Vacutainer tubes, I've got 3 cases in stock. So when you're looking at these 3 columns, really are intermingled. So with my current stock, this number is not indicating 3 individual tubes. It's indicating that I have 3 cases in inventory to be utilized. Reorder level, this is going to be the threshold which the system will then know to notify you that a new PR or order should be placed. As you can see, for the most part, the reorder level is 1. Moving along over to my open PRs column, this will show you if there has been a PR submitted. And as you look down the line, you can just kind of see that these are being monitored in real time. And again, this is a good reference point to see if you're questioning, do I need to submit a request for, we'll use this item that I'm currently on, for disposable pipettes. Do I need to submit a new purchase request? So there'd be 2 factors looking at this particular line item that would indicate to me, no, I do not. One of them being, I can see that there is a number 1, meaning that somebody has already submitted a purchase request to NLAP. And the other one, again, referencing back to my yellow circle, means that, yes, I'm low, but somebody has already submitted a purchase request. This stock in button. So we're moving on to our next column, stock in. Stock in is how you would receive your items. And if I have the option to stock in, that means that inventory is on their way and is ready to be received. So again, if you do not have this add stock in button, that means that your purchase request has not been marked as received as of yet. This option will only show up when inventory has been received by the site. If I come over to my stock in transaction column, which is right here, this will allow you to view information about previous stock in transactions. So it's a good reference point for you to be able to see a history of when items were received, maybe how much time between ordering, kind of establish a trend. But this will basically allow you to view a history of your stock-ins. Opening stock. Opening stock is indicating how much stock was in inventory before going live with our QuickBase. So if I look over in our next column, which is stock out, if you look down here where my mouse is, it says add stock out OS. OS is indicating opening stock. So this means that I already had syphilis rapid tests in my laboratory when we went live with QuickBase. So before I can use new inventory, all of the inventory that's considered opening stock has to be utilized first. When all of my opening stock has been used and I stock those out, which just stocking out is letting the system know that it has been used. When all of my original stock has been utilized, the button will then reflect like this orange button up here. It just says add stock out. Okay, so moving on to purchase request. This is a nice and easy, if I want to add a purchase request for a particular item, I just click this button, and we'll explain in other videos how to go about doing these particular items, but you can basically proceed forward from this screen. This screen right here, our site inventory report, is a one-stop shop for being able to understand what you have in inventory, what needs to be reordered, what is expiring, and that is what we have covered in this video.